Are the drink packages worth it on cruises? This is Eric Brown, MOBO-Media. Thought I'd try to answer this question. So I've been on probably about 10 cruises, probably within a span of probably 2.5 years. In 2023, I actually I took 8 cruises in 2023, and half of those were international cruises. So did everything from the Mediterranean to Europe, to Asia, to the Caribbean, Alaska, places, north of New York, Nova Scotia, out where the Titanic sank. So I've been on quite a few cruises. So my take on the drink packages, and I'm going to give you my honest opinion on this. This is not for everybody. To each his own, but I'm going to kind of go through and kind of give you an idea of what to expect if you either haven't cruised before or if you currently are cruising and you're spending a lot of money on these drink packages. So first of all, one of the big financial decisions you'll have to make when booking a cruise is whether or not you want the drink package or not. Whether or not you want the drink package or not. And this is going to depend on a number of things. First of all, it's going to depend on whether you drink or not, and it's going to depend on what you drink. And I'm going to use an example here I have from Royal Caribbean. It's supposed to be their current listings from 2025. And I'm going to kind of break down what those drink packages are. I'm going to talk about, my experiences with the drink packages from the 10 cruises. And I'm also going to talk about how the cruise lines, they make quite a bit of money from those drinks. And so, first of all, I'm going to kind of give you an example of what these drink packages look like. So when you book a cruise, you book your cabin, all that good stuff. But then there's a time you got to get the drink package. You don't have to get the drink package. And I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. So for Royal Caribbean, for example, if you get the drink package on Royal Caribbean, on the cruises, which is all drinks on the ship, alcohol, sodas, coffee, teas, all that good stuff, you're going to spend about between $60 to $115 per day. Now, that's also going to depend on things like if you're a loyalty member, if you're someone that does the casinos, they give a little perks and gifts for that, discounts and things like that. But on average, the deluxe package with everything is going to be about $65 to $115 per day. So you figure on a 7-day cruise, you're talking about upwards of $800, $900, possibly on the drink package. The next package they have is called the Royal Refreshment Package. Remember, deluxe package was everything. That's all alcoholic beverages. The Royal Refreshment Package is everything except alcohol. So you got sodas, teas, coffee. You got all the drinks you want except for alcohol. And so those packages run about between 30 to 50 bucks, a day, depending on which cruise ship you're on. Now, again, I'm only kind of going by using Royal Caribbean as an example, but all cruise lines have their own pricing. But I'm going to tell you right now, they all make quite a bit of money off those drinks. So the first one was deluxe. That's all drinks. The second one was all drinks except alcoholic beverages. And the last one is only sodas and coffee, things like that. No alcohol whatsoever, just soda. And those typically run, I got here between $12 to $16 a day, for soda drinkers. And it's interesting because on Royal Caribbean, when you do get the soda package on there, if you get the soda, they'll give you a free soda mug. And on the bottom of this mug is an actual chip. So with all the soda dispensaries around the ship, you just put your cup up there and get any kind of soda you want. If you don't have that mug, you're not going to get soda. So that's how that's kind of controlled on the ship. So with the drink packages here, on average, like I said, if you're going to be getting on the ship and you have access to all the drinks, you're going to spend between $65 to $115 per day. And that's on Royal Caribbean. Now I'm going to give you my experience with drink packages. So I learned the hard way. So early on, like the first cruise, I think I got the drink. I think the first 3 cruises I got the drink package. And the reason I got the drink package is because there's such an unknown. You're out in the middle of the ocean. You want to have fun, but you don't want to be limited because you decide to be cheap and not get the package out there. End up spending a whole bunch of money paying out of pocket directly at the bars and everything. And so the first 3 trips, I got the drink packages. And they were expensive. I think one of the packages I had, it was like $1,200, man. $1,200, because it's not just depending on the cruise line. It also depends on the cruise line ship, because we rode on the Viva, on NCL on the Viva, and it was pretty pricey as far as the drink package because it was a new ship. They're certainly gonna pay for it. But for some of the older ships and some of the one-day cruises out of Galveston and things like Miami, you can get some real good deals on drink packages. So, but the thing is, you're not gonna get as good quality of cruise with just a 1 or 2 day cruises. Don't get me wrong; it's okay to go out there for 1 or 2 days, but drink package for that time I think is okay because it's not long term, and so it's a pretty quick cruise. So here's my take on this. So the first 3 cruises I had drink packages, and what I found out was I wasn't drinking as much as I was paying for these drink packages. And for me, I don't drink as much as I used to. When I was a young one, hey, I turned the bottle up, ex-military, I did it. But as I got older, the taste for alcohol kind of waned a bit. And again, this is not for everybody. Some people really drink, and that's good, the young folks, or if you're a lifelong drinker, so be it, But for me, I probably drink maybe a couple of glasses of wine a night, maybe liquor, some good scotch or something like that. But what I was finding is I was drinking maybe, on average, maybe 3 glasses of wine a night, if that. Some nights I wouldn't even drink wine. And if you buy the wine at the bar, if you buy it at the bar out of pocket, the glass of wine is going to be about $10. And then with gratuity, you can add probably another $1, $2 on, let's say $12 for a glass of wine, right? So in a night, that's what, $12, $36 for 3 glasses of red wine, $36. As opposed to the $65 to $115 a day on the deluxe package. But that's only because I'm a light drinker. I'm red wine, and just maybe every now and then I'll splurge. I'll do the, like I said, the hard liquor stuff, little drink. But on average, I wasn't drinking nearly as much as what these drink packages allowed. And so what happened, the next 7 cruises, I pulled back and didn't even get the drink packages, paid out of pocket. And I found it much easier for me because on some days I just didn't feel like drinking. There were some days when the ship was out in rough seas out there, and you get seasick out there, man. I tell you right now, for me, that feeling in my stomach out there, I just couldn't drink. Just drinking a glass of wine made me just ill to my stomach. And so that's something you also have to consider when you're getting into these drink packages, because you never know what you're going to run into out in the seas out there. You start getting seasick, I think the last thing you're going to want to do is have some alcohol in your stomach. And even the staff will tell you, if you start to get seasick, kind of pull back on that. And they also, for some reason, they say pull back on drinking water, because I guess, and this is directly from a staff member, when you're seasick out there, you've got these liquids in your stomach, ship is moving around, that stuff will just slosh around in your stomach, and it just causes more seasickness. And so what they do is, the crew said they eat crackers and they just stop drinking when they get to rough seas like that.